Junior World Team Coach Gary Mayabb for Greco. We just had our second day, wrapped it up early. Talk about what went on today.
Well, we just didn't get to the body. We didn't take control ties, so we did not set ourselves up for the pathway to success. I don't believe it was an indicator of effort. I think those 4 young men, they gave it, and they trained and they worked, and I think they were ready. We believe in them, so that's not the issue. But it's not the results that we want either. So on the inverse of that, we have to go back, get to the drawing board a little harder, do a lot more analysis, figure out ways of getting to the body, making sure we can get to our ties, and then train that way. And again, it's not that our national coaching staff hasn't been doing that as well right now, but it's that day in, day out, and what Mamir does with the resident, what Matt Linlin does with our senior team. All these guys are all working on the same things, looking at the same indicators we are in the matrix. What we've got to do is go back and redouble our efforts, and I believe that a day like yesterday shows us that it's possible and we can, and I think that normally, acts as an igniter for where we want to be as a program and a nation, and we feel confident that we'll redouble our efforts and we'll come back with that.
Like you said earlier, it wasn't for a lack of effort. These guys were in these matches until the very end,
yes.
Fighting. Can you kind of elaborate on matches like Brandon's and Colton's?
Well, I mean, Brandon Russell's a very tough person who won cadets, and part of what Matt Linlin's been saying is cadet winners win juniors and junior winners win seniors, and that's what we're after. And so that young man showed up today and really did a great job through about 5 minutes of that match and keeping us off ties and keeping us square with him and dictating pace. And Brandon just stayed in there and stayed in there and stayed in there and finally fought through an arm tie and got to the body and created a 4. And then now we're 1 point down, but we're 1 point down with 12 seconds, and it almost puts it impossible. But you know what? He made every effort to make a score at that point too, taking tremendous risk. And so, and he had him on a back pedal. I mean, from the probably a minute 30 left, tempo and pace was Randon's, and he had proven that. So that's one. And then the other one is Colton, and Colton did the same thing. Never stopped fighting. Constantly, stayed in the match. And again, that young man's not 1 year young, he's 2 years younger. And then he is 106 kilo. And that's going to be great in Athens, but today it was maybe not big enough. And so, I don't know. I think that, and again, you watch that young man, he had every intention on winning that match. You can tell it by the pre and post event. So, we're very happy for him, and at the end of the day, with him, because that young man is a great investment of Greco-Roman wrestling in the United States.
What's the key for him in Athens?
Well, I think take this experience, and then hopefully we're going to, I know we're going to work on some things Monday in Stockholm with him that dealt with that match. And knowing him, he'll be absolutely open to it and receptive, because he is every day he walks in the room. And so, very coachable young man. I think that, I'm sure that our upper level coaches will also watch that video and have feedback for him as well. And so I think all of that will be done this next week. We'll work on that, and then he's going to go with the senior world team to Montpelier, and so we're happy for him doing that and that commitment that he's made, and then we'll take him home for 5 days and bring him back to Athens.
Talk about the U.S. performance overall as a Greco program. Your final thoughts?
Well, obviously day one is what we were looking for, and that's what we want to get to. And we weren't even satisfied with day one, obviously. We wanted more, and we felt we could get more. And so that's where we're heading, and that's where we'll redouble our efforts, as we say, and go and look at those things that worked. And hopefully that will be that igniter for us to make that next step. And you know, we're not going to forget about today. We're going to use today as a firing rod.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.